Bitch, I'm drunk as shit. I'm tryna leave a shorty cause she looking kinda thick. We in the club throwing ones. Fuck it, that shit fun. This ain't a strip club, but we gon' treat it like it's one. We in the club getting lit. Bitch, I'm drunk as shit. I'm tryna leave a shorty cause she looking kinda thick. We in the club throwing ones. Fuck it, that shit fun. This ain't a strip club, but we gon' treat it like it's one. I mix the brown with the white. I ain't tryna fight, but if a nigga run up on me, he gon' get hit with this right. I been drinking all day. Now it's time to plan. Where I come from, bro, we call it pan. But you in my pockets, always on the bro. In the color purple, meaning you can't hang with us. Not no losers in my circle. Tell me we're the competition. Now I'm stacking digits. I just tip the wedges. Her entire cost of monthly living. Shorty wanna dance, so I watch it get loose. Bitch, I'm drunk as fuck, but I ain't split my Grey Goose. This a toast to the good life. Put your glasses up, know everybody take a shot with me and get fucked up. We in the club getting lit. Bitch, I'm drunk as shit. I'm tryna leave a shorty cause she looking kinda thick. We in the club throwing ones. Fuck it, that shit fun. This ain't a strip club, but we gon' treat it like it's fun. We in the club getting lit. Bitch, I'm drunk as shit. I'm tryna leave a shorty cause she looking kinda thick. We in the club throwing ones. Fuck it, that shit fun. This ain't a strip club, but we gon' treat it like it's fun. Fuck around, get a bottle, I get money, nigga, fuck it. I don't give a fuck if the bottle costin' 200. All the haters tuned in, I see a man that we starting. Don't run up on me, I still shoot you in your stomach. I'm still the same, mean money never change shit. I throw a bullet in your zone for trying to run out with that blitz. I'm just trying to vibe, and nobody gotta die. You ain't gotta hate on me, focus on your own climb. There's bad bitches to my left and bad bitches to my right. Shit, I'm just trying to fuck somebody's mommy tonight. It's a toast to the good life. Put your glasses up, of everybody take a shot with me and get fucked up. We in the club getting lit. Bitch, I'm drunk as shit. I'm tryna leave a shorty cause she looking kinda thick. We in the club throwing ones. Fuck it, that shit fun. This ain't a strip club, but we gon' treat it like it's fun. We in the club getting lit. Bitch, I'm drunk as shit. I'm tryna leave a shorty cause she looking kinda thick. We in the club throwing ones. Fuck it, that shit fun. This ain't a strip club, but we gon' treat it like it's fun.
One Out Radio, J5th, getting lit. Club banger. Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see that getting played in the club.
See, my thing with that is, like a lot of the things that I do now when I write music is reminisce.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And think about how things were when, you know, I was drinking. Because it's April 2nd was just 2 years of me being sober from drinking. So
Oh, okay.
It's been a long journey for me, to say the least, when it comes to my life.
No doubt. Hey, honestly, that's crazy because last month I celebrated 25 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Because I understand. Like, I drank enough between the ages of 14 and 24 to last me the rest of my life. You know?
I knew, but you know what's so crazy? I knew I had a problem with alcohol whenever I was scraping together change to get a 12-pack of Hurricanes.
Yeah.
That's when I knew enough was enough. And then I had a bunch of, because I have mental disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
I have bipolar disorder, ADHD, depression, and a form of, what is it, OCD? No, not OCD. It's impulse control disorder, ACD.
Okay.
And so alcohol only amplifies all of that. And I've been in a few situations with family members where it was really bad.
Yeah.
You know, it was potentially life threatening for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to realize that I was losing people that I loved and cared about because of me drinking.
Yeah.
And so I made a conscious decision to stop.
Yeah, no doubt. Because, like I said, I quit when I was 24. My last experience drinking, I was at this bar that I hung out at called The Hideaway, and I drank $30 worth of 75-cent drafts. Didn't bother to see count how many beers that was, but it was too much. And I was supposed to go see Tribe Called Quest at this place called Graffiti's in Oakland, and I never made it.
Mm-hmm.
And I eventually got to see Tribe, but I'm missing them in that environment because picture Graffiti's was literally a recording studio. It was sound acoustically. It was sound as a recording studio, and it was an intimate setting. To have seen Tribe like that would have been experience of a lifetime.
Mhm.
You know, like I said, I've seen them at festivals and stuff like that in the past, but I missed that opportunity because I was drinking.
Mhm.
And so I was like, nah, that's enough for me. Plus the amount that I was drinking was just ridiculous.
I mean, see, my thing is the situations, the pros versus the cons.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pro when it comes to drinking.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll be honest, I mean, I quit drinking, for one day I quit drinking and I quit smoking weed. And that was for one day. I was like, if I'm going to have a vice, I'm going to smoke weed.
Mhm.
And that's what I did. I mean, it's what I still do. And come to find out, you know, that compared to alcohol, weed, I mean, you know, weed's medicinal.
Mhm.
You know, it's good for you. It grows naturally, you know, so that's what I did. I smoked and I quit drinking, and eventually the rest of the world is catching up to me, you know.
Well, see, my thing is growing up in the environment that I did. I dabbled in smoking, but I've had bad experiences where, I was in Larmer and I didn't react to a situation the way that I should. And sometimes, in my neighborhood that I grew up in, if you don't react the way that you should, it could cost you your life.
Yeah, yeah,
And so me being in too many bad situations where I was high
yeah,
and wasn't thinking,
yeah.
so I don't do anything. I don't drink, smoke, nothing.
It's funny because you know, there's a story about Big and Jay. You know, Big was always smoking weed. Jay was like, nah, I don't like smoking weed. He's like, sometimes I'll do it, you know, but for the most part, he didn't smoke weed. So, I think they were in the island shooting one of Jay's videos, one of his first videos. I think I forget what the song's called, but you know, it was after the video shoot, and Big had come in like to make an appearance in it, and he sat down with Jay and they smoked, and like once Jay got high, Big looked at him. He's like, "Got you." He's like, "I knew I'd get you to smoke with me," but he was like, eventually. Like at this point now, if you listen to Jay's music, he talks about, you know, his favorite is Gorilla Glue. You know, so he does smoke now.
Yeah.
But at the time, he just he was too focused on what he was trying to accomplish, and he felt that weed would hamper that, so he stopped. He didn't smoke. You know, so I mean, it's not for everybody. You know, like my girl, she can't smoke. It gives her mad headaches.
Eventually, I mean, I will transition over to the dark side.
Yeah, yeah. And especially, I mean, nowadays there's so many different strains that can, you know, that you can smoke to alleviate issues. You know, if you have anxiety or if you have, you know, headaches or you know whatever, you know, they have a strain that more than likely can help you. So.
Oh yeah, and I've been trapped high before.
Oh
like,
really?
as in trapped being high.
Oh, like stuck.
And you just wanted to be over.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the worst.
Yeah. I call it being stuck because like you're sitting there, you're like you want to get up, you want to go do something, but your body's like no, you need to sit here until this wears off.
Yeah.
You know.
So I just decided that it's not for me.
Yeah. Well, you're probably gonna get a contact on 420, so.
No, you know what's so crazy? All of my friends smoke. I've been around people who smoke my entire life. I don't get contact high anymore.
Really?
Yeah, no. People hotbox in my car all the time.
Yeah.
I don't get high.
Right.
My tolerance is high enough that I don't get high off contact.
Yeah. That's the thing about like I had to quit smoking because I was changing jobs. I was looking for a new job, so I went about 90, 120 days without smoking, and I ended up getting a job where I didn't get tested. So but anyways, I started smoking less, and I stopped smoking blunts and started smoking joints. So now my tolerance is so low that I can smoke a half a joint and be high for 4 hours, you know? and like my kids smoke, you know, they're adults, so, but like they want me to smoke with them, and I'll hit their blunt a couple times and I'll be good. And meanwhile, they're taking a whole blunt to their head. I'm like, you're wasting it.
Yeah.
You know,
smoke a little bit and put it out.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do. Smoke a little bit and put it out.
Yeah.
Because my tolerance is so low that I'll smoke a little bit and be high all day.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No doubt. So we got another song here. Why don't you introduce it?
This is Shake It. It is a strip club song. You know, we have
Okay.
a song for the club, and now we have a song for the strip club. So, you know, like I said, I'll try to cover as many bases as possible, you know what I mean,
Right.
around music. I'll let you hear some more of it, like I said, after, you know, we wrap up the interview, you know what I mean? Because they can't get everything free.
Nope.
They can't get everything free. You gotta pay for it.
You gotta wait till the 19th.
Yeah, the 19th of April.
Okay, so this is Shake It. J5th. One Live Radio, DJ Goodnight, let's go.
Bounce it fast, throw that ass in a circle, bitch. Get this cash, show a nigga what you working with. Yeah, bounce that ass, bounce that ass, bounce that ass. Shake, 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 shake. Bounce it fast, throw that ass in a circle, bitch. Get this cash, show a nigga what you working with. Yeah, bounce that ass, bounce that ass, bounce that ass. Shake, 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 shake. Baby, show me what you got. I got a pocket full of ones. Bounce it, shake it, make it move until you counting on my funds. The way she make that move, it's like a hurricane hit. The waves in the ass make a nigga love a bitch. Bounce it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Get it, get it, get it. Count it, stack it, stack it, stack it. Spin it, spin it, spin it. That ass is looking like a snack. Nah, maybe dinner. I'm trying to smack it first like a lead off hitter. She got a porno booty, make a nigga stop and stare. Fuck it, take all of my ones. Bounce that ass here. Left cheek, right cheek at the same time. Bounce that ass till you make a nigga spend every dime. Bounce it fast, throw that ass in a circle, bitch. Get this cash, show a nigga what you working with. Yeah, bounce that ass, bounce that ass, bounce that ass. Shake, 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 shake. Bounce it fast, throw that ass in a circle, bitch. Get this cash, show a nigga what you working with. Yeah, bounce that ass, bounce that ass, bounce that ass. Shake, 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 shake. Baby, throw it in a circle, hypnotize me with your fatty. Got me feeling like Doug every time he see Patty. She a dime all the way, every nigga came to see her. The way she move that ass is like her ass had a seizure. Moving left to right, show a nigga how you shake. That ass is unstable like a Cali earthquake. That ass is off the chain, she got a real nigga lost. Got me throwing on my ones like a frisbee toss. She make it clap, clap, clap for my money. She make that ass hop like it was a bunny. Left cheek, right cheek at the same time. Bounce that ass till you make a nigga spend every dime. Bounce it fast, throw that ass in a circle, bitch. Get this cash, show a nigga what you working with. Yeah, bounce that ass, bounce that ass, bounce that ass. Shake, 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 shake. Bounce it fast, throw that ass in a circle, bitch. Get this cash, show a nigga what you working with. Yeah, bounce that ass, bounce that ass, bounce that ass. Shake, 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 shake.
J5th, Shake It. One Live Radio, DJ Goodnight. www.mixler.com/One Live Radio. Tune in 24/7, 365. So yeah, you definitely got a club banger for the strip club there too. So yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, we tried.
No doubt, no doubt. So who else you got on the project? You said you got some heavy hitting features.
Yeah, I do. I actually do. I've got Dave East. We've got Dave East, Hardo, Mike Tomlin, DJ Afterthought, Lazy Bone, Bun B, Wale, and Young Buck.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, no doubt. So you definitely got some dope features, and
Past, present, future.
yeah, no doubt. Tell me about the EDM remix. Did that come with Afterthought, or?
It actually, yes, it went through Afterthought. Jax from the future
Okay.
did the EDM remix. Him and Afterthought collabed on it.
Word.
To make that. And the reason that that came about was, Afterthought does a lot of festivals.
Yeah.
And he plays EDM music.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I was curious. I was like, what do you think about making one of my songs into an EDM version? And he's like, I could do it. Doesn't take much. I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We ironed out the details, got everything handled, and it's actually, the EDM version actually made it on the album.
Oh, okay. Word. That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So
Have you been to any of the like an EDM festival with EDM DJs?
I've actually been to a few EDM shows, never a festival.
Because we had one. We have there's a music festival that comes here. It's called the Thrival Festival, and recently it just changed hands. So like they changed locations. But the last one that I went to, I actually had media passes, and Afterthought was on the bill. Wiz was headlining. They had like 2 or 3 other EDM DJs. What is the dude's name? I forget what the DJ's name was. Like these 3 DJs, but the crowd for the EDM crowd it was crazy to me. I've never seen anything like it before. Like it's nowhere near nothing like a hip hop show.
Oh yeah, no.
You know, because all of a sudden, you know, the music it builds and builds and builds, then all of a sudden the bass drops and the whole crowd's just like, yeah! And the DJ's jumping up and down and basically, you know, they're pushing buttons and turning the sound up, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Well, the EDM show that I went to actually was DJ Afterthoughts.
Okay.
He was doing a local show, and upstairs was hip hop, and downstairs was the EDM show.
Okay.
Now, you know, when you walk in, you know, you would think that the hip hop side would be packed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Everybody was downstairs at the EDM show, and it was crazy in there. There was people with glow sticks. There was this girl with this, I don't even know what it was. It was like this thing, and it was like a whip, but it had lights all over it, and she's like doing like this, and it's like, it was crazy down there. But what I noticed about upstairs where the hip hop show was and downstairs were the differences in energy.
Yeah.
The energy at an EDM show was so cool, laid back, let's have fun.
Yeah.
And then the hip hop energy was just like, oh yeah, we're here, let's drink and watch the performances. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it's different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason for that because you know most of the people at an EDM show
they're plastic.
They're
plastic.
You know, they're usually rolling. So, but hey, like I said, after experiencing that, I was like, I can see how you know EDM DJs. They make the money, you know, they make the big bucks. The crowd comes out and supports, you know, like really supports, and like they buy the music, they come to the shows, they buy the merch, you know. Speaking of that, do you have merch?
Not just yet. I'm working on that with Jay Conner. Shouts out to Jay Conner.
Okay.
I'm working on that right now. The reason that I chose to do an EDM remix there is the reason that you just said. They buy music. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if fate has it that I need to make a whole EDM album, that's what I'll do. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I like making music for people because I know how it feels sometimes to be down in the dumps and put music on and your whole mood changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you're down in the dumps and sometimes you're down in the dumps and you can relate to what they're saying and it makes your mood worse, but at least you have
you get it out.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. You feel like I'm not alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So that's another thing I make. That's another reason why I make the type of music that I do, and I try to be as versatile as possible because, you know, sometimes you may help a person through something and not even realize it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because I bore witness to that one time. The guy I was talking about earlier, Gallo, he was opening for Black Milk, and after his performance, you know, we're sitting around talking, and this girl taps me on the shoulder. She's like, "Is that Gallo?" I was like, "Yeah, that's him." She's crying, like pouring down, because the song that he did called "Zoning," she related to so much, and that she had to come up and talk to him, give him a hug, and let him know that she felt that. You know, so I can imagine how that feels as an artist, that you reaching somebody like that, and for them to actually have that type of emotion expressed from it. So.
Well, I actually had, and I feel bad about it now because of the situation that happened and the group dissolved, but we actually had a fan of, when I was in the group AFC. Her name was Rachel Black, and she actually got AFC tattooed on her.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel bad because the group no longer exists.
Yeah.
But, you know, I want to, somewhere down the line, you know, try to bring it back, you know what I mean? But things have dissolved so poorly between the group members that
Yeah.
used to be an enemy. It's just like, and the sad thing about it is we're family.
But I mean, honestly, I've learned over the years that family's not always blood.
Yeah.
You know, family's not always blood. You know.
I mean, to be honest with you, even though, you know, I was homeless whenever I was homeless, family members didn't help me. They didn't. And, you know, it's funny that now that I've made it to a point in my life where I can help others, it's awkward that, you know, they now call me for help. But
Yeah.
whenever I needed help, you
Yeah.
weren't there. You know what I mean? So it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I mean, like I said, you live, you learn, and you do what you can for people. But why don't you give everybody like your social media and how they can get in contact with you, download your music?
Gotcha. Let's see this real fast. My Facebook name is J5th, of course, and my Instagram is King Juice the Fifth. There's a bunch of underscores in between every word, so I don't want to try to make you go crazy trying to figure that out. Just type in King Juice the Fifth, it should pop right up. April 19th, I Plead the Fifth drops on all major streaming platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, Deeper, Pandora, YouTube, Google Play, Amazon Play, every major streaming platform that you can think of is dropping on. Other than that,
And you're gonna have hard copies?
you know what's so crazy? I personally thought about having hard copies. Everybody's like, no one has CDs anymore, but I will have hard copies.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I agree. Most people don't. But usually, if you get like 50, you know, you'll be good.
He ran off.
One Live Radio, DJ Goodnight.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Like I said, like we were talking earlier, being a dad.
Yeah, being a dad, this is
You
fun.
know?
If the people didn't know, we can let them know I have my newborn with me and I have my 2-year-old with me, and you know we're conducting this interview and I'm still trying to father as best as possible, and it has turned out quite well until just now.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming through,
Thank you for having me.
and look forward to your performance on the 420 show. Everybody, make sure that you keep tuning in to us at www.mixler.com/OneLiveRadio. Events going on for the month. This Friday we'll be at One Live Multimedia Multipurpose Center for the return of Ron Cow. Doors open at 8. We're going to start around 9 o'clock. This weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, from 12 until 4, we have the auditions for the Jimmy Wapo for Life concert at Stage A&E. So hit up my man Ray Love or Jimmy Wapo's mom Tamika regarding the details on that. More likely you've already been contacted about that, but that is from 12 until 4 this weekend. And then on the 20th, we'll be going from 4:20 p.m. to 4:20 a.m. with DJs, vendors, performers. We'll have a couple speakers, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go till 4:20 a.m. And celebrate the decriminalization of marijuana in the city of Pittsburgh. Followed by on the 22nd, on that Monday, Hippie X Blaze Bundles has a show, Gut Smoke, right here. So make sure you tune in. On the 27th, we got a battle here. And then also on the 26th, we got my man Mike 32's birthday. So we're busy this month. Just go to the website and check us out. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is DJ Goodnight, and we're out.
Okay, give me a second. I'll send you this song right now if you want to play it here so you can hear it, so you can see where I'm going with this. I think that interview, that was That was cool. I like
Appreciate
it.
it.
I like the way you interviewed. That was. I don't know if you've seen me and Calvin's interview.
No, I haven't.
He needs a little bit of work.
Yeah.
But he's, you know,
Yeah,
that's what
I mean, he actually, it's funny because Swag got to start with me. He was my
For
apprentice. He was my intern when I first started doing radio. And then I liked his hustle, so on my same station, he had his own show. That's where Swag Nation started from.
Okay.
And then he went on to have a show with WRCT 88.3, where I came in as the DJ. And then he went on to have a show at WPTS on 92.9 at University of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And then after all the years, you know, he kept grinding and grinding. He got in at Whammo.
He's here. He's at where he's at now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he needs. He squoze me in before a sales meeting.
Yeah. See.
And that wasn't the best because he like rushed it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sent the song to you.
Okay.
You wanna give me a live review right now?
Yeah.
Not a live review, but an in-person review.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, I think I did kind of good parenting just now. It's like, wait a minute, where'd he go? He wasn't going but 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all it takes though sometimes, so
Yeah.
you gotta keep your eyes on him.
Yep.
Hold on, give me a second. We're almost done. You hungry? You wanna eat? What do you wanna eat? You want grapes? Alright. Okay, we're gonna go outside in a second.
What is wrong with my computer? I have to reboot it.
What? When I go, there's a playback on there right now, isn't it, on the interview?
There will be in a second. It's like it'll download and post on there.
Okay. And I can log directly onto the show and share the show directly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Stop, Marcus.
What? What's the read of this computer?
If you, do you have any program that you can plug into my phone and you can play it through
Yeah.
the speakers? Oh, well, yeah, it works. I have an iPhone there, do you?
Huh?
I have an iPhone there.
No. I have the regular 8 inch.
Well, could you pull it up on the...
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Download on this computer.
Marcus? Go sit down. Go ahead, go sit down. You can have your phone in a second.
At the bar with the low fade, I was standing.